Hello, scrapbookers. It's Katie Scott, and I am going to be showing you today how I upload photos. So I'm going to go to Picasa right here. Come on, Picasa. Picasa is a free program from that you can get from Google, and I have taken a photo of my scrapbook layout, and now I'm going to upload it to Picasa, and then I'm going to edit it so I can upload it to the internet. So I've been getting questions about that. I'm one of the teachers in big picture classes and update to remember, and someone was asking about how to make a new folder. Okay, so I'm going to make a new folder because I haven't been uploading recently. So this is going to be 2014 April. Okay, and so I'm just going to go down to the bottom. Anyways, people have been asking if you have scrapbook layouts that you want to upload to Pinterest, why aren't other people repinning them? And so I looked at the person that asked the question. I looked at her layouts on Pinterest, and she had a lot of great layouts, but I thought that the photography of the layouts could have been improved. So that's where, hold on. Okay, so we're going to go to import. So that's what I wanted to show her, and how you can improve the way that you photograph your layouts. So, oh, come on. Okay. Okay, so just for easiness, I'm gonna import this to March, even though I need to I'm just having a lot of technical difficulties. How about that? Okay, import. And now I'm going to import, oh, let's see, make a new folder. Okay, I thought I did that, but I guess I didn't. So my new folder is going to be called, oh no, that's not my new folder. Oh, okay, make a new folder, yes. And now my new folder is going to be called 2014 space April. Okay. Do you want to merge this? Yes. So it realized that I goofed up there. Okay. So now we're okay. Yeah, so we want to pick that folder, and I'm pressing OK. So now here I'm importing to the current folder, and what I want to do is just go down to the very bottom, and I'm going to click on the last one, and then I'm going to hit the shift button on my keyboard, and then I will click on the first one that I want. So all of these in this series I am going to be able to import to April 2014 or 2014 April. So I'm just going to say import selected. And now I'm going to show you how I edit these layouts to go onto the internet. So what the person that had the question, she was taking her layout photos maybe against her floor, and so she would, my computer seems to be very slow, but she would be maybe taking it, and I think she was getting so far as cropping it like this and then uploading. And I think that the light in her photos was not as good as the light that you see here. Not that this is perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm just going to show you what I recommended that she do to improve the way that her layouts look online. So the first thing I'm going to do is straighten this up a little bit, and I want to get this to be as square as possible. And now I have a couple of videos on YouTube that I've linked in the class, and I'll try to link in the notes on this YouTube video in the notes, but how you can photograph your layout. So I use, and I'm just going to hit apply, so I've straightened that out a little bit, but I use a hard plastic white background for my layouts, and I just tape the layout to that background, and then I put it in good consistent light. And I actually took this one indoors, but I recommend that you go outdoors and find a source on a sunny day, but photograph your layout in a place that is receiving consistent shade. So I'm going to recrop this, and I want to go all the way to the edges. So I'm going to start at this edge, and I've hit the button that says CD cover, and that is going to be a square. It's so funny that that Picasa still says that, because I don't know how many people are still using CDs or making CD covers, but I still use CDs, but I don't know how many, young people do. So there I've gotten, and this is an imprecise, I found. It's a little imprecise in Picasa. Is like, it looks like my whole layout is within that square, and even like there's bits of it that are outside of that square, and that's fine with me. What I don't want is the background to be within that square, so I'm going to apply, and now I really just want to look at all of my edges, and even though it looked like I had it completely in, if you look down here, there's some of the background, so I'm going to recrop that, and see when I hit recrop, it's like it's kind of completely changed it up. So this part of Picasa isn't perfect. Sometimes you have to just wiggle around with it until you get it to a place that looks good. But what my criteria is I don't want any of the background showing through. I only want my layout showing through, and the kind of way that I've made this layout a little bit difficult is that it has stitching around the edges, so I really do want to try to get all that stitching in there, but not get any of the background in. So let's try that again. Okay, it's still not perfect. See, I've got a little bit over here, a little bit of the background showing on my lower left part of the layout, but what I can do is just straighten it a little bit, and I think that's going to fix it. See that? And so, yeah, I think that's pretty good. It still looks pretty straight. I think if you looked at it, let's just go by this edge. It's not, or this edge here, it's pretty straight. I'm going to be fine with that. So then the next thing I do is I hit this button called I'm Feeling Lucky, and that will just brighten it up and make the contrast a little bit better. And this layout is pretty well lit, so I could go into the second tab here and do fill light, but I don't think I need that. You can also try the highlight, and what I don't like to see is when people really overexpose their layouts. That's a really bad example, but you can go crazy with that. So I like to be able to still see the shadows. See the shadows here? I'm thinking the lighting is pretty good on this. I might just bump it up 1 on the fill light, and then I'm going to go to sharpen. That's on the third tab here, and I'm just going to bump up the sharpness just a little bit. So let's just look at that again. So if I bumped it up so much, it's going to look grainy. I don't want to do that. Go back to sharpen. I just want to bump up the sharpness just a little bit, and now I am fairly happy with this. The only thing about this photo is in the photo there was a scratch where my face is, so what I can do is go to retouch, and I'm going to go down here to the zoom feature, and then I'm going to highlight, get right on my face, and see this here? There's like a line that's going across my face, so I'm going to put my brush size down, and I'm going to eliminate that. Yeah, eliminate, is that a word? Eliminate. I'm going to eliminate the line. And what you can do is just highlight the part that you don't want, and then highlight something. It's almost like a cloning feature. And then just go right next to it so you're not getting that. Now the line is really in the photo that's on my layout, but now it is not on the layout that I'm going to be uploading. And let's just see. I think that's going to be pretty good. I'm going to hit apply. I think that was the only place in the layout that I wanted to fix. And there's just maybe one more, just a little tiny spot on my nose that just doesn't look right. Look at how cute I am. With the haircut that I think was atrocious, but I'm still cute. Okay, so now my layout is ready to be uploaded, and what I'm going to do is just file, and I'm going to save. Oops, I think I want to do save as. Save as, and this one, just right when I was 5. That is the subject of my layout, and Yeah, I think that's good. And what you can also do when you're uploading online is you can take a detail shot. And see, I've taken all of these. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that way, if I didn't get, like, this is a good example of I take so many photos of the layout because sometimes you won't get it right. And I'll show you that one with this. And here you can see this side of the layout is much smaller than this side of the layout. And that's just when I took the photo, I was just a little bit off, which is, not a big deal, but it is a big deal if you're trying to make it into a square for uploading. And so sometimes you're going to get it, you're going to hit the sweet spot, and sometimes you're not. So what I would just say is, like, take a bunch of photos. If you're using a digital camera, it won't be a big deal. Like, just take 10 different photos of the same layout, just moving yourself and the layout slightly, because one of them, you'll get better at it with practice, but you want to photograph that layout as square on as you can. But what I was going to say is sometimes it's good to take a detail shot too, and usually it's good to do that at an angle. And I like the way that they look. I like looking at them online, and you can really, adjust the focus of what you're doing. What you're focusing on here, if you had a lot of embellishments that you wanted to focus on, you could take a photo that kept those in focus. Here it looks like this memory is really in focus and this is out of focus. And I can crop this down if I want to. I guess I can make that into a CD cover too, although I don't really need to. I don't want to do that. You could also crop them manually or in a variety of shapes. So just apply that. And I like to always hit that sharpen just a little bit. It just helps the way that the image looks. And then I'm going to save that when I was 5. And then I'll just write detail after it because that's the detail shot. And now I'm going to show you how to upload that to Pinterest. Well, yeah. Is that what I'm going to do? That's what I'm going to do. Huh. I usually don't upload things directly to Pinterest, but let me just do that just for funsies. The only problem is it's really not going to take it to the right place. So one thing you can do is you can upload it to a place like Big Picture Classes or your blog or Get It Scrapped, or another easy way to do it is to upload it to 2 Peas in a Bucket. And let me just do that because I'll show you it's really easy to then upload it to Pinterest. So I'm just going to select my image, going to Pictures, April, when I was 5, and then I'll do the detail shot when I was 5 detail. And the nice thing about 2P is that it's a nice like backup system for all of your layouts because I believe that they've been keeping layouts on there forever. So it's a nice place to store your layouts online as well. And I was 5. A scrapbook page inspired by Doris Sander. See more at the Get It Scrapped blog post. Okay, and so I'm going to hit scrapbooking, and 2Ps is a pretty great, it's a good place to share, but you're not going to get the amount of comments that you're going to get if you share in a membership community like Big Picture or Get It Scrapped. There you're going to find a whole lot more, you're going to find more feedback. And I also find that like even on Instagram I get so much more feedback than I do at 2Ps. And I think 2Ps is just, it's really big. There's a lot of people there. So you can just tag your photo with some different things. I don't know. Sometimes I'll go through this a little bit more than I am now. And then we'll go to step 4 and we can, it should post, let's see. So So I film my videos in real time, so they tend to be a little bit longer than other people's videos, and it's just easy for me because I don't have to edit, and um, so you can, I'm not the most concise scrapbook process video maker, so bear with me. And I just want to publish my project. Yeah. But also, if you're doing this along with me, I'm doing this in real time. And so I think that's one of the benefits to my videos is that you'll be able to do them in real time and see how long it actually takes someone. Because when you're watching somebody doing it sped up, you can start to feel inferior. Okay, so I'm going to pin this two different ways. And so on 2 peas in a bucket, you can just hit the pin it. And I am going to select my board called, let's go with the 70s, decades, the 70s. There we go, and I can pin it. Oh, and I didn't show you something else. I'll show that to you the next time. Okay, and then the other way that I can pin this is I can click up here on the whole address of the what you're looking at, and so I'm going to copy that. Now I'm going to go to Pinterest. Oops. Pinterest. Okay, so now I'm on Pinterest, and if I wanted to upload, see, there's my the one that I just added, my layout from that I just added from 2 peas in a bucket. Okay, so then if I wanted to add it from a website, so this is just a different way to add your pin, I can then go to this plus sign in the corner, and I'm going to select add from. So let me do that again. I can upload a pin. That's where I would do it directly from my computer, or I can add from a website, or I can create a board. Okay, so I'm going to add from a website, and now in this space I'm going to hit the right key on my mouse and paste it, and that's going to be that whole web address that I just got from 2 peas, and I'm going to hit next or enter. And sometimes it takes a little bit, like it's taking a little bit now. Something went wrong, try again. Okay, so let's go to the add from a website, paste, enter. Oh, come on, this won't be a very good demonstration, will it? Oh no, okay, well, let's just go to my blog for a second. So let's go to Kiss. I haven't blogged in so long, it's pathetic. My blog is called kissandtellscrapbooking.com, and I don't love the name of the title of my blog anymore, but I've had it for a long time, so I'm not going to change it. But if I go to my blog, and I haven't blogged in so long. I go through phases. So it's been over a month. That's pretty long for me. Okay, so what I did was I clicked on the title of this blog post, which is my most recent blog post from March 5th, over a month ago. So I'm going to then go up to this bar up top and now right click again to copy it. Copy the specific address of this post. Now I'm going to go back to Pinterest and add from a website. Let's try it again. Paste. And then, come on, Pinterest. Here we go. Now it's going to give you options of what you can pin. So let's pick this one. And let's pick, I think that I probably already have this in my own scrapbook pages. But one of the things that I did on this page was I used some silhouette things. And that might be under technique. So let's go down to technique. So techniques, silhouette electronic die cuts, yes. And one thing you can do is if you want people to find your posts or the more words you use, the better you're going to be. So scrapbook layout using silhouette die cut of a ViewMaster. And then you can also use like the hashtag ViewMaster and then hashtag scrapbooking, hashtag boken, hashtag memory keeping. And that's going to make it easier for your the other people on Pinterest to find your items. And you can also post it to Facebook or Twitter. I don't personally like to do that. I like to keep my I like to keep it separate because otherwise I feel like I'm bombarding people, and I don't want to do that. I mean, not all the time. And now someone else has also pinned that pin, and so if I wanted to, I could follow Betsy Littleton because she pinned it. Oops, it took me right out of there. I didn't follow her, but let's go back to Pinterest, and ta-da, there it is. So there you go. And then if I search, let's just search Viewmaster, because that's one of the hashtags that I used, right? Now the Viewmaster, that page is not coming up. A lot of other things are coming up. And the person that asked me the question was, do you see your own pins in when you do the search? And the answer is, I don't know. So let's go back up, and I want to do Viewmaster, and then I'm going to do space. I'm going to do the hashtag again. You don't have to do the hashtags in here, but I did. So Viewmaster and scrapbooking. So let's see how many things had both of those things. Okay, like more than you would expect, right? But I don't see mine. No, mine was just posted. Oh, but I do see one of mine from a different time. I've really been jamming on that Viewmaster. But in this one, I did not use the hashtags, but the search did reveal my layout, and this is a layout that I didn't edit. I just took the photo against my cutting mat. So, and I think I took that with my iPhone. So you don't have to. Let's just look at that for a second. So you can see I did not edit this photo or this layout. And I don't think this is as great of an image. You can't really see the background in detail. But it was good enough that, let's see. Let's just go back. Like it had been repinned 31 times. So people liked it, even though it wasn't the best photograph of the layout. But I will say, I think the better you do in photographing your layout, the more likely it is that people are going to repin it. It's just the more beautiful the image is, not just of the subject of what it is, but the photography of how you, like, look over here. This is a Garden Girl project by Jen Gallagher for 2 Peas in a Bucket. Just look at the detail that she has in. I mean, it's really good. It's a really good image of her scrapbook layout. And this, oddly enough, you see the shadow here? It looks like she has included some of the background, but her background is consistently white, so it's not like a floor. It looks like almost like in a photographer's studio, like a white backdrop. And so just the photography of this layout is really good. So I think the better the image, the more likely it's going to be repinned. Let's just see if we can see one that's maybe not so awesome. Isn't that bad? But okay, here's one that's not as awesome. It's what I would say. So this was pinned a year ago, and this is from Big Picture Classes. How nice. But what I would say is kind of, I think that this layout could be brightened up a little, and I think that if we used a cropped so that we didn't see the carpet in the background, those would be 2 really easy improvements for this layout. And I think it would be, I think it's a great layout, but I think it would be repinned more often if the photo of the layout was just a little bit better. So that's my thoughts on that. And it's not to say, good, bad, or it's just, but if you're intending to pin things to Pinterest and you want to see your pins be pinned more often, The things that get pinned more often are going to be the layouts that are very beautifully photographed. So I would say work on your photography skills with your layouts, but also work on your editing skills. So that is all for today. If you have any more questions, please let me know. I'm Katie Scott, and this was for an answer to a Big Picture Classes question in the class called An Update to Remember, where I am helping scrapbookers to use Pinterest in their memory keeping. And my name is Katie Scott, and my blog is called Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking. Thank you for watching.